Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
The universe is starting to align. I've mentioned a couple of times recently about how t-shirts have seemingly lined up with topics I'm talking about. And for those of you in Michigan, you'll recognize that this is the Werner's Gnome. And Werner's is a soft drink. It's a ginger ale. And a lot of people in Michigan believe that Werner's is a home remedy for the cold and the flu. And I've got a cold. First day of summer yesterday, I got a cold. There you go. So that's how these things happen, because this just came up randomly. I'm like, whoa, maybe I should get some Werner's. But story from the CNBC by Annie Palmer. And Tom sent me, thank you very much. Federal Trade Commission sues Amazon over deceptive Prime sign-up and cancellation process. Now, I'm going to let you know, I actually do have Amazon Prime. I've never tried to cancel it, but I do know there's a lot of places out there that will start you on a service and then make it impossible to cancel. Do you remember trying to cancel AOL, America Online? It was actually almost impossible to cancel AOL because they wouldn't let you. If you called them, they'd say, no, you don't want to do that. Yes, I do. No, you don't want to do that. You need to speak to my supervisor. I mean, crazy stuff. You couldn't just call them and go cancel. So now the allegation is that Amazon is doing that. We'll see. Federal Trade Commission actually filed a lawsuit against Amazon, alleging the nation's dominant online retailer intentionally duped millions of consumers into signing up for its mainstay Prime program and then sabotaged their attempts to cancel. Agency claims Amazon violated the Federal Trade Commission Act and the Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act by using so-called dark patterns or deceptive design tactics meant to steer users toward a specific choice and to push consumers to enroll in Prime without their consent. Amazon tricked and trapped people into recurring subscriptions without their consent, not only frustrating users, but also costing them significant money, says the chair of the FTC. A spokesperson for Amazon said in a statement the FTC's claims are false on the facts and the law. There you go. Okay, I guess we don't know who's right here. The truth is that customers love Prime, and by design we make it clear and simple for customers to both sign up for or cancel their Prime membership. As with all our products and services, we continually listen to customer feedback and look for ways to improve the customer experience, and we look forward to the facts becoming clear as this case plays out. The company shares closed slightly lower on Wednesday, slightly lower. FTC had been investigating sign-up and cancellation processes for Amazon's Prime program since March of 21. Tensions flared between Amazon and the FTC when the agency sought to have CEO Andy Jassy and founder Jeff Bezos testify in the company's Prime practices. Amazon argued the request would be unduly burdensome, which the FTC rejected. I've been watching Jeff Bezos' activities lately. He's spending a little more time away from the office, so to speak. The Daily Mail has got some great photographs of him running around on his yacht, which is what I'd be doing if I had that kind of money too. Launched in 2005, the Prime program has grown to become one of the most popular subscription services in the world, with more than 200 million members globally, and has generated billions of dollars for Amazon. Membership costs $139 a year and include perks like free shipping and access to streaming content. And their library is huge. I've found movies on Amazon Prime that I could not find anywhere else, quite obscure ones. And if there's any World War II buffs in my audience, and I think there's a couple, it's a strange movie, but I've seen it more than once, and I really like it. It's actually a Russian movie with subtitles in English called White Tiger. White Tiger. If you have Amazon Prime and you're a World War II buff, watch that movie and then send me a note afterwards and let me know if you enjoyed it, because I loved it. That's great. The lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Washington accuses Amazon leadership of slowing or rejecting changes that would have made it easier for users to cancel Prime because those changes adversely affected Amazon's bottom line. Amazon made it difficult for consumers to buy items on its site without Prime, and a button that instructed users to complete their transactions did not clearly state that they were also agreeing to join Prime, the complaint states. Cancellation process is also difficult to navigate and designed to deter customers from ending their Prime subscription, according to the FTC. Amazon used an internal term called Iliad to describe the process, referencing Homer's epic poem about the Odyssey, Iliad and the Odyssey. The complaint marks the third case the FTC has brought against Amazon in the last month. In late May, Amazon agreed to pay the agency more than $30 million to settle cases alleging privacy lapses in its Alexa and Ring units. The company said it disagreed with the claims, but that it settled in order to move on from the matter. And when you've got that much money, you can pay $30 million in a nuisance case, apparently. But the interesting thing about Prime is that it gets you faster shipping, and the shipping is often free. And I've actually gone on to Amazon and found something that I could not find locally. In other words, I've had people say, Steve, you should shop locally. You can't find everything locally. So you go on to Amazon, there it is. I know that that's what I want right there. And I've ordered it, and it's arrived that day. That day, free shipping. So I could go out and hunt for it and possibly find it. Possibly. I don't think I could, though. But I click one button on Amazon, and it's on my porch a couple hours later. And so it's hard to argue with that kind of service when it comes to delivery. Now, I understand that's not going to happen everywhere. I've lived in different locations, and some of the locations I lived at did not have that kind of speedy delivery. But the other thing is, you may know I've written a few books. And if you did not know that, I've had people say, Steve, you've written books? What are their names? How would I look at them? Go to Amazon and type in Steve Lehto and see what pops up. You see a whole list of books that are associated with my name because I wrote them. And I can tell you that I've sold more books through Amazon than any other bookstore out there. And brick and mortar bookstores are hard to find these days. And I know people say, but Steve, that's because of Amazon. Well, one thing that Amazon always had, though, was a bigger selection than almost any brick and mortar store out there. So I remember in the days when Borders still existed, and by the way, Borders is from Michigan, so I'm very familiar with the story of Borders. Going into Borders, and there's seemingly endless selection of books, and they didn't have the book I'm looking for. And they said, well, we can order it for you, or I could go into Amazon and have it tomorrow. You know, and I really, really like bookstores. If I could wave a magic wand and change anything about recent history, one of the things I'd probably do with that is bring back brick and mortar bookstores, make their business model profitable. And I still know some brick and mortar bookstores. I try to frequent them. And for instance, there's a bookstore. It's actually a gift shop, but they've got books in a big section of it, called Copper World in Calumet, Michigan. And they sell so many of my books. Anytime I'm within 100 miles of them, I make sure to swing in and say hello and see who's there. And I love the concept of a bookstore. And I used to buy lots of books at bookstores. But I also started discovering that a lot of the books I'm looking for weren't in bookstores. And you go to Amazon and the books are there. And they've also got the marketplace where you can buy used books. And so I've been looking for books before that were out of print. And sadly, a couple books I've written are out of print. So I wrote a book about the winged cars, Dodge Daytona and the Plymouth Superbird. Book is out of print right now. So if you want to buy a copy of that book, I don't have any more. The publisher has no more. And they are not in bookstores. And if they are, buy one and put it on eBay. Because I've seen them go for $200, $300, $400. And but you can go on to Amazon and find used books also as part of what you can buy there. So there's been situations before I was doing research for a book I was writing, and I couldn't find a book in any library, but I found a used copy of it on Amazon. So there's all kinds of things that Amazon does. Now, again, like I said, I can't speak to how hard it is to cancel because I've never tried to cancel Amazon Prime. I've been happy with it, but I've never done the math on it. Because I've had people say, well, Steve, have you ever gone back and figured out what you saved with Amazon Prime versus what it cost you? Because I think it's $139 a year. And I say, well, I see what you're saying, but they give you more than just the free shipping because you also get the videos on demand and so on. So again, White Tiger, the Russian movie, it's a little unusual, but it's unusual in a way that's good, I think. So if you get a chance, watch it, let me know. Otherwise, the Federal Trade Commission is suing Amazon for pulling an AOL. That is, signing you up but making it hard to cancel. That's the allegation regarding the sign-up and the cancellation process with Amazon that has the FTC upset. So we'll see what happens. Annie Palmer wrote that for CNBC. Tom sent me thanks a lot. I'm now going to go and not speak for a few hours and see if I can avoid coughing. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire.